Who would have thought? MC Hammer was right, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. When it comes to money, this one simple rule is better than simple savings, and I believe it's the most important money habit that you could ever build. Welcome to Money Shape Up. I'm Dr. Linda Hamilton, author of Paid in 5. Today, I'll dive into that most important money habit and what it has to do with MC Hammer. On my 40th birthday, my family gave me 40 gifts. 40 gifts that represent me, and one of those gifts was a money box. I've always been known in my family as being a good saver, and yes, while I am a good saver, I am also a very good spender. I'd save up in my 20s, $3,000 here, $5,000 there, and that was a lot to me because I was on a casual wage. But then I'd blow the whole thing. First it was a holiday, then it was another holiday, and then it was our wedding. But then you know what? I always ended up broke. I was saving, but then I'd spend a lot. I'd end up back at zero again, and I'd have to start again from scratch. I felt like the little hamster in Secret Life of Pets. He's running around that hamster wheel, and he says, I run and I run and I run, and I get out, and I've gone nowhere. Nowhere! When I was on holidays, I didn't realize how much I was spending, and I thought I had like heaps of money in the bank account. And I didn't think anything of it, and all of a sudden I've got no money left while I'm on holidays. And I didn't even realize what I was doing wrong because I thought I was doing the right thing by saving. But I didn't realize that saving and spending it all would leave me broke 3 times. And I didn't learn. It took me 3 times to figure out that this doesn't actually work. Savings alone does not help. Yes, you can be a good saver, but it doesn't mean that you're going to build wealth later. You're just good at savings. You end up on this hamster wheel of save, spend, save, spend, save, spend, but you don't actually go anywhere. There's one trick that can help you get off the hamster wheel and actually help you start building wealth. It wasn't until the 3rd time my bank account went to zero that I realized I needed to do something different. My mistake wasn't that I couldn't save. I was great at savings. But my mistake was that I was keeping all of my money in one bucket, in that savings bucket. I'd save until I could save no more and I needed a break and I wanted to go away on holiday. You don't even realize you're spending it all because you're paying for something here, $50 here, $20 there, and you don't realize how quickly it actually disappears. You see, when it's all in one bucket, it feels spendable. It feels like that the money's always going to be there and it's never going to run out, and you don't realize how quickly it actually does disappear. This is especially a big deal for young people because you think that saving is the answer. You think you're doing the right thing, you are saving. You don't realize at the end you'll end up having to start again from scratch every single time. You end up on this hamster wheel and you think that that's fine, but you don't realize until you come off and you're like, oh, there's a different way to do this. For me, owning a property felt like years away. And I didn't realize that I wasn't helping myself in my 20s the way that I was on the hamster wheel. I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. I'll tell you what, while you're stuck in this hamster wheel of resetting yourself back to zero, the housing market is not waiting for you. It's not slowing down. So it makes it even harder to get into the market. The problem was that I used the approach of putting everything into one bucket. And when you put it all into one bucket, it becomes the same. All the money in there becomes the same and you treat it the same instead of separating it all and giving the money different purposes. So it looked full until I touched it and then it just disappeared. Like water out of a can. Disappeared. If you're like me and you're good at saving, but you never seem to actually get ahead, then this could be your trap. And you're not bad with money. You're good with money. You're just stuck. You're stuck in this one bucket thinking. You're stuck in this hamster wheel. That's why learning to separate your money is so important because the savings that you have today can easily disappear tomorrow if it's not protected. So how do you break the cycle? Just listen to MC Hammer. For me, the game changer was something that I like to call you can't touch this money, which is also known as the pay yourself first rule. You can't touch this. Here's how it works. Number 1, completely separate it. This is the key. It's about having more than one bucket. Don't be putting it in your everyday account because you'll end up spending it. It's got to go into a separate account that you're not going to touch. and one that you're just going to grow over time. You can open a savings account or a term deposit account or some kind of account where you can keep topping it up and building on it, and it will stay separate to your normal everyday accounts. If you've got a home loan, this is where your offset comes into account. It's never too late to keep building on what you've got, even when you've got a home loan. Have one of your offset accounts as your you can't touch this money and keep building it up to keep building equity for yourself. If you want to know more about offsets, watch this video. You want to have it somewhere out of sight and out of mind so you're not spending it, but you also do want it to be in sight and in your mind so that you can see it building up over time. Number 2, decide on the percentage. Every time you get paid, take a percentage of that pay and put it into your you can't touch this money account. Now you might be wondering, how much should you put in? And that really depends on your situation. And it depends on what you're able to put in as well as what you're willing to put in. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, then see if you can put in somewhere between 1% and 10%. Start off even at 1%, because if 10% feels impossible, just try 1%. And it could feel a little bit ridiculous because it could feel like a really small amount, but a small amount is better than nothing at all. So just try 1% and see if you can work up to getting it to 10%. If you have a bit more than living paycheck to paycheck, then try to go somewhere between 10 and 30%. And if you're able to do a bit more, then go higher. Go above 30%, but it's whatever you want. Like you could go up to 50% if you don't have many bills. You could even go up to 60% or 70%. It's really up to you. It's not about putting everything into this account. It's about what you're willing to put in and what you're able to put in. So you might want to have a bit of a life. So if you can go to 50%, but you decide, no, I do want some spending money as well, then go to 40% or 30%, whatever you're comfortable with. Just put something into that you can't touch this account so that you're building it up and not having to start from scratch every single time. Number 3, automate it. That percentage coming from your income and going into your you can't touch this account needs to be automated so that it happens straight away without you seeing it. You get paid, it gets transferred over, and you don't even notice it. And you can't see the money that's moved over, you won't miss it. And number 4, protect it. This money is not for cars, it's not for a holiday, it's not for your wedding. It's not for anything other than using it for a future investment, whether it's a house or some other type of investment that you decide on. But it's for an investment. Protect that money. Later, when you do start building on your investments, use the same strategy. Same strategy for taking a percentage out and putting it into your investments. Take a portion of your income and put it straight into your investments. This is a simple rule that almost anyone can use. And if you stick to it, you'll actually see it building up over time instead of always disappearing again. No more hamster wheel. If you're wondering how much of your income you can put towards your you can't touch this account, I have a free tool for you as a link in the description. So here's the key takeaway. If you want to get off that hamster wheel, open a you can't touch this account. That one habit will give you momentum. Momentum to get you closer to building wealth. I'd love to hear from you. Has this been you? Have you been on the hamster wheel like I was? What did you save for and what did you spend it all on? If you found this helpful, get ready for our next video, which is about setting up different accounts so you know what money is for spending and you know what's for growing. Hit that subscribe button because this is the step that takes your money habits to the next level. And because you've made it to the end, I have an exclusive offer for you. Each month in 2025, I'm giving away a free copy of my book, Paid in 5. If you'd like to win a copy, check the link in the description and see you in the next one.